Hey y'all, and welcome to the Shut up. We just do the hey y'all together.
Podcast.
Welcome to the Trail Podcast. My name is Beth, and I'm here with my rude interrupter, Lawrence. Yay, Lawrence!
That's me. Oh, this is a snowy one. We're gonna have to put the winter background for this one.
Oh yeah, but it's spring. We need the spring background.
I know it should be spring.
Sprung forward.
Spring should be sprungen, but it actually isn't spring yet. We had, ladies and gentlemen, we are in college.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we went on our spring break.
Some of us did.
We had a spring break last week, and
Oh.
No!
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, I'm so sad now.
Aww. There's a dead mouse on the trail.
There's a dead mouse. He's like perfectly preserved. Oh, it's so sad.
How did he die? Did
Cold?
he just like have a heart attack?
Was it too cold? Was it chilly for him? Oh, so sad. Oh, he's totally fine. Oh.
Aw, let's move him out of the trail.
I hope he just died from old age.
Do you want to put him anywhere nice?
No, I just put him in this snow. We'll bury him. We'll bury him.
Well, we're already off to a great start on the Trail Podcast.
We're burying a little forest creature.
In the snow, which is going to melt, and then he's going to be nasty.
He will be just fine. Aww. That was a sad story. But it's okay, because...
No, it's still happy.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's sad that he died. It's happy that he got to live in the first place.
And we honored him.
Yeah. And he got found by nice people who got to appreciate his life.
Oh, hey, now he's immortalized.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
He'll always be... What's his name?
Rudy.
Rudy the Mouse. He'll always be remembered on the trail.
Alright.
Okay, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, back to the silly spring break.
Before life got in the way.
Before spring, yeah. Spring before spring. We got our spring break. You know, it's not even spring yet. It was getting warmer, so it was like, okay, yeah, it's kind of spring. It
was like 70. There was one that got into the 70s.
So slippery. Hold up. Just walked in a lot of mud.
No, let me get this stick that's stuck to your shoe. There you go. Okay.
Ugh. Good thing I got a long walk ahead of me.
Did you just go ugh because your boots got just the slightest bit mud?
I got so much mud on my boots.
Lawrence. It's not even on the sides of your shoe. It's only on the soles.
It's so muddy. Anyhow,
I'm gonna cry.
So we had. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, you can see like a footprint in the frozen ice.
That's mostly water. I bet. Or not. Ooh. So, we're on the Chill Podcast. Over spring break, we had lovely weather. Leading up to spring break and through part of spring break. But now it's back to freezing. Now it's back to freezing cold.
It wasn't that lovely. It was Monday. It was so cold and it was raining so much.
Yeah, really, it was before.
And it was miserable. You probably didn't notice because you were inside. For context, listeners, he went home and played video games and ate junk food. I worked at the farm from 8 in the morning until noon, and then from 1 until 5 every single weekday. Although I got the afternoon off on Friday because of a technicality, and then I had to work the weekend, which we're actually doing this before my last shift of spring break, which is at 3, until I, go back to just working normally on like Monday and everything. So I have been working a lot.
Yeah, she didn't even want it.
Yeah, it's a requirement thing because I got randomly placed on the farm And so now I have to work one of the breaks.
No, you gotta do it. No, she's doing it. But
he's kind of dumb But there were some fun parts, so yeah.
So, anyway. But I did not just go home and play video games. Beth is trying to make herself seem all strong and independent, which she is. But I should be the one doing it. So.
Oh, what did you do besides playing video games?
I tried to lift things that were too heavy for me.
Like
and
what?
I failed. It was just sad.
I lifted hay rings and huts.
I tried to lift like a marshmallow. And
Wow, that's a lot for you.
I know.
I'm proud.
No, I didn't. I didn't lift it.
Here.
Oh, nice. Nice is nice.
You want to jump on it?
You can. It might be wet. Oh. My hand's all wet. Nice. Clump. Oh, that's nice.
Howdy.
Good, how are you?
Oh, good dog.
My ice. You wanted the ice.
The squirrel wanted the ice.
His ice. Oh, my finger's all muddy now. Oh, it's all gravelly now. What am I doing? I'm only making things worse.
So whenever he makes a comment about dry it off in the snow, it'll like freeze the mud and then you can just flick it off.
Listeners,
Whenever he complains about being muddy, I might be sarcastic, but that's just because
she
I've
loves
been getting
me.
so muddy and just nasty the past few weeks, or the past week. And so I like to pick on him for the fact that he's like, oh no, mud, when he,
Loves me.
because he has soft off his boy hands.
Listeners, just so you know, Beth is being super adorable today. And like super,
They don't want to hear that.
but it's true.
Aw.
The whole point of the Trip Podcast is we let them experience things that they couldn't otherwise, just like in their houses.
Like love, losers.
The bench.
It's too covered in snow. I don't want to pee on the bench.
I'll pee on it.
That's amazing.
That was nice. I pee in loaves.
Loaves
Just dropped off a
of
loaf.
bread.
I dropped off a loaf.
What is squeaking? There is some tree threatening to fall. Okay, conversation topic. You ready for this one? The world's gonna end, right?
You.
Why? This is gonna
what's up?
sound so okay.
What?
Just rubbing the mic all up against your cellophane
No, that's
jacket.
that's not the mic. I was just serving some water off it.
Oh. That wasn't the mic. I was rubbing water off of it. Off of what's it?
Just
the mic.
I can't. Anyway.
Random aside. A few days ago, there was this robin in front of us, and it was all like puffed up because it was cold. And I was like, "Now that's a fat robin." And you were like, "Oh, she's about to give birth to little chicklets." What? You remember saying that, right?
Yeah.
What?
I bet she bet to lay eggs.
They don't give birth to chicks.
They give birth to the eggs.
No, they lay the eggs.
How do they do that?
And also, they don't do multiple. It's like one a day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, maybe two.
Huh. I never thought about that. I thought they all like hatched like at the same time, relatively. Do they hatch within like days of each other?
Yeah.
Or I thought they all hatched like at the same time.
No. Huh. I mean, they could hatch at the same time because they'll take like slightly different times to develop,
Interesting.
based off like warmth and things. But yeah. Anyways, it being big implies that you thought it was like full of babies, like it was pregnant.
Yeah, because
Chickens are the same size.
Because I know.
Or not chickens, but birds are the same size when they're about to lay eggs or not.
But squirrels aren't. Squirrels are big. Squirrel Obstacle Course video by famous YouTuber Mark Rober?
No.
Oh. And there's this squirrel in his neighborhood called Nuts. And this is a girl. And then they changed it to Fantastic. Because Gus wasn't fat. Gus just had nice little babies.
Okay, yeah. So anyways, I don't know what that phrase was about the bird there.
Oh, yeah, by the way, robins are the most adorable birds. I love them. We see a lot of birds in our day. But robins are the only ones that will be on the path in front of you, and then you walk up to them, and they'll walk further down the path.
They'll like look at you, they'll turn back and they'll be like, okay, you're gonna stop that. Oh, okay, you're still coming. Oh, but you're gonna stop. Oh, no, so, okay. Okay, a little bit just a little bit. Okay. Okay,
like,
now oh my god, I'm just gonna leave.
It's like they wanna run away, but they like also like the path. And they don't know that we like the path more. Like they never run away to the sides. They always run straight away. Huh.
It's cute.
I know, it's interesting.
Look at my shadow. My hair's doing funky stuff. Whee!
Huh. I wonder if they don't run away to the sides because they're afraid that we'll catch them. That does actually make sense.
Or it could be something with like keeping their back to us because it's like camouflage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the initial thing I was gonna say. The world is ending. Here are the signs. First off, we all know about the good old Four Horsemen. I'm gonna use the most recent rendition because there's different like versions or so. Like war is always a horse, death is always a horse, but the other two kind of change. The two that are most commonly known nowadays are pestilence and famine. But at one point it was like famine and conquest.
What?
I think, but then like conquest is basically war. And then I think at one point instead of pestilence it was pollution.
That was always plague.
No. Not when I looked up and read like 2 Wikipedia articles. Fight me in my grandiose knowledge.
Is plague also pestilence? Is that synonymous?
Yeah. Pestilence just means like diseases.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, but anyways, so we know the 4 horsemen that we're gonna use for today: war, famine, pestilence, death. There's supposed to be like a specific order that they come in, and I think conquest is first, but now conquest is pestilence, so pestilence is supposed to be first. And we had COVID. Pretty big pestilence, if I do say so myself.
That's a plague for sure.
Yeah, that's a plague. That's a pestilence.
Uh-huh.
And we've got sort of war and famine popping up at the same time. War's coming first. Famine's gonna get there. I'll explain that later. So the war. You got the whole thing going on with Russia and Ukraine, which is terrible. And like literally, why is it happening? I would appreciate it. Just don't, But that's a war that could grow to a bigger proportion. And we've got the freaking famine because the avian flu has been spreading like crazy, and it tore through Europe last year, and it like decimated their poultry industry. And now it's like reoccurring there, and it's also gotten into the US, and it's to the point where the local zoo here in Kentucky actually had to pull all of their birds out of the exhibit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they were so afraid of the avian flu being passed by like people coming to the zoo and everything, that they pulled them back into like more safer protection. And so now that that's going around, that could like heavily disrupt the poultry industry, which is like one of the biggest industries.
Hey, I got one.
Yeah?
Also for that one. You know what prices gas is right now?
What?
Gas is $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
It hasn't been over $4 a gallon in like 8 years. It's crazy. And in the summer, it's gonna like farmers need diesel fuel. It's like $4.50. Farmers need diesel fuel for their tractors, and they need diesel fuel to transport the food. So it's gonna cost more to make the food, and it's gonna cost more to transport it to your grocery stores.
Yeah,
Because
and then
food's gonna be more expensive.
and then like because poultry is going to become more rare now, poultry is going to become super expensive, and that's like one of the like cheapest, easiest meats to get. And so now you've got like famine rearing to go.
And of course,
So then the last thing is death, which is just the freaking apocalypse. Although death's been sort of popping up everywhere, being like, oh, I'm coming.
did you do war yet?
Yeah,
Alright.
it's what's going on in Ukraine with Russia. It's, the signs are there. It's not looking great.
Yeah, for everybody but the trails.
Yeah, the trails will live forever.
Yeah, the trails don't get sick. They don't need food.
They can't fight.
Unless you just sound like, they can't fight.
They just join together.
They would never. Yeah, they kind of intertwine
Yeah.
in beautiful harmony.
And that's the thing. That's the reason why we're doing this trail podcast. Is because, we're humans, and that's our limitation. We need to reach and go beyond humanity. Beyond the fickle beings that we are that will eventually die off this world. And when all is done, and all is dead, the only thing left standing will be the trails. The trails will always be.
That'd be really nice.
The trails will always be.
It's snowy.
Yeah. It's kind of nice, but also at the same time, I'm like, warm,
You're what?
I'm like, warm weather, please.
Yeah, I know. I want it to be warm so bad. I brought only shorts home for spring break.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, sweet.
That's weird because you're not wearing shorts right now.
Well, because I'm back with my pants. I didn't bring shorts back with me. I brought shorts to spring break. It was too cold.
Wait, so you didn't bring shorts back with you, so now you just don't have any shorts?
Well, I did bring them back with me, but that's
Okay,
not
so
where they
you
went
did bring
first.
back shorts.
Yes, I did, but I also brought them, so it's like a net zero shorts.
Oh.
Look out for that. That's a trap. Don't walk down that hallway.
Oh, wow, I didn't see the giant spinning razor blades and crossbows hooked up to giant neon orange rope trip lines. Thank you for telling me not to go there. I was really about to go take a pleasant stroll.
There is crisp. Still retains that winter feel.
I hate when people say the crunch of snow. Ice crunches, but snow, it doesn't really crunch. I get why they call it a crunch, but I feel like we could find a better word other than crunch. Step in that snow. Would you say that's a crunch? It's more of like a crunch thud.
In my mind,
A crunch.
I thought for sure it was a crunch. But now that you just made me try it, it doesn't actually sound like a crunch.
Right?
Yeah. It's very for sure, just frictiony. And it's being packed. It's just a pack.
I think I walked into a thorn bush and it smacked at me.
No.
But yeah, there's definitely a crunch of ice, but snow, it's more of a thud almost. Thud's not the right word, but it's closer than crunch.
Stepping in snow has always felt like a
Friction.
wet, packing sensation.
Yeah.
Stepping in a crunch, it's a slow
It feels like you have that foam that you use for floral arrangements, and then you just push it on. It's the sound of floral arrangement foam just deteriorating. Of course you don't feel it. You said it was a sound.
I don't know what to do with sounds. What do you do with sounds?
What do you do with sounds?
What do you do? Love you.
Do you feel them? Do you see them? Do you taste them?
I lick my sounds.
I like to put sriracha on my sounds, and then I eat it on some white bread.
sriracha and bread doesn't sound really good.
Sounds? Doesn't sound very good? What does that mean? What does that do? What do you do with it? Man, I am ready for the weekend.
Part 2.
6 days.
Oh.
I'm ready for the coming weekend when I actually get to like sleep and relax. And then I get another weekend where I get to sleep and relax before I have to work my last weekend for the farm.
Philly.
Right?
Yeah. When is Easter coming up?
I don't know.
She's gotta be coming up soon.
I'm excited for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we good.
I hope somebody says, "Hey, nice ginger hair, ginger Irish."
Hey,
Ginger.
nice green.
And I'll be like, "Ah, thank you. I'm glad you noticed."
It's kind of warming up here.
Yeah. Thank God.
Nice and bright.
It was so cold this morning.
Yeah. It's doing its best now, though.
Thankfully, we didn't have to feed a dead horse. It's a field, no horses on the farm. Because it is miserable out there. You have no idea. Even though it's like freaking below freezing, it was still just like liquid mud out there. It was terrible. You'd step in the wrong place and then you'd have freezing ice mud up to your knee.
Ooh, that's awful.
Yeah. And the cows will get so pushy and they'll try to headbutt you, and then you have to try to bop them on the nose and make them see you as their boss and everything. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do that when it's cold out. But thankfully, I didn't have to. All I had to do was go out there and sledgehammer their water because it froze, and then fill it back up. That was kind of fun. Except for there was one part where there was like a bit of ice hanging on the side of the tub. And I was sitting there like banging at it, trying to get it to like get off, and then it wasn't coming, so I went harder and it shot a stream of water just right into the middle of my face.
Oh no.
And it was just like that's just
chilly,
cruel.
Chilly and offensive.
Yeah, right? Chilly and rude. Honestly, water, I expected better from you.
It's very chilly and rude. It feels nice to be outside.
It does.
I've been all cooped up.
Although I hate to say that, because I have been outside far too much.
I know.
That's a lie. It's actually kind of nice being outside so much, but you know.
Oh, but first, okay. Perfect. No, you walk in the mud. You have better boots than I do. Mine have a hole in the heel, so that's why I don't want to.
Suck it, girl boots.
I know.
You can't compare with woman boots.
They make girl boots so bad. Shortcut.
You know, I would say the state of female fashion is pathetic, but honestly,
I'm
not a guy. I acknowledge what I have.
Huh?
I'm not a guy. I acknowledge what I have. Like, don't get me wrong. The state of female fashion is pathetic. Like, not only did I buy a pair of jeans and they came without a zipper in the front, just a button, which, like, who can freaking fit into those? But it doesn't even have pockets. I never thought I'd be grateful for freaking 2-finger pockets, but apparently I am, because it's better than none. Freaking fake pockets. Rampant. And the sizing is terrible. But, like, the sizing still kind of sucks for guys. It's, like, a little bit better, but it still kind of sucks. And also, like, you guys just have no choice. Hey, you wanna wear jeans and a graphic T-shirt, or do you wanna wear sweatpants and a button? Oh, you don't like either of those combinations? Well, you can switch the pants and shirt combination, because I said it in a really dumb way, and that's your only option.
Do you think they want girls to just buy, like, purses? Are they trying to bolster the purse industry?
That's 100% what it is. Is they're trying to, like, force us to just buy more stuff.
It's about to get the mud off.
Actually, you know, you've convinced me. The state of female fashion is worse than guys.
Oh, yeah. It's awful.
I don't know. For a second, I tried to be all like, "Hey, but at least we have variety and like cute clothes." But like,
Oh no, you're right. You do have like the best stuff. Like you have like a bunch of options for formal wear.
yeah,
That like
you guys have a suit and
Oh
a
my
different
God.
version of a suit.
yeah,
But,
a
like,
suit and a
even-
tux.
Even casual wear, like, what do you guys even have? You have long sleeve shirts and you have t-shirts and you have hoodies.
Graphic tees. Even though you guys can wear graphic
Do you
tees.
even realize how many options there are for graphic tees? The amount of variety that guys have is staggering. I went to go buy some to buy some shirts, and I found like 10 different graphic tees in just one section.
I still go this out nicer down there. But I don't want some that ran off of a bridge.
It's too cold. It's to breathe.
I will eat this icicle though. Tastes like bridge.
I love the taste of bridge in the midday.
and the 2 o'clock. Thanks for saying it.
Somebody had to. I'll bite the bullet.
Thanks, honey.
But only because the bullet's secretly made out of kids.
It's made out of bridge. Only because the bullet tastes like bridge.
Only because the bullet tastes like a bridge, and I am addicted to bridge taste.
And it's 2 o'clock.
And it is 2 o'clock.
Which is
Which
when
means
I love.
we have to go.
Yeah.
And we will see you all
See ya
again
next
to
time.
talk about bridge flavors
Bye,
and what our
guys.
favorite flavor of bridge is next time on
On
the
the
Trail
Trail
Podcast.
Podcast.